There was a knock at Alex's door. It's open. Jay enters the room briskly with a resolute look on her face. She looks like she's mellowed out a lot since this morning. Hey sis, you want to talk about it? Yeah, sorry I freaked out like that. And thanks for grabbing my phone. Really, nobody wakes up expecting their whole world's gonna get turned upside down. Impulsively, you draw her into a hug. She stiffens for a moment before easing into it with a sigh. Pouncing's supposed to be my thing. When I met you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. I don't think the master of shitty movie references, dork. Sorry, not sorry. So, how you holding up? For real. Like dealing with the fact that I probably got pounded out by my half-brother last night? It sounds bad when you say it like that. You think? You join Jay at the foot of the bed and remain silent while she organizes her thoughts. Whatever Sophie discovers, half of the solution is kind of on you. You look at your sister aghast. What? Did we just approach an emotional issue like adults instead of doing our other thing? Our other thing took 5 years to sort out, and ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so, where have you come down on all this? The same place it was last night, silly. You're my ride or die. But I also know that I'm not the only one who gets a vote here. I was so worried after you ran off. I haven't had time to think about it much. I mean, we couldn't have kids, right? That's a misconception. Congenial issues take generations and repetition. Well, after what happened last night, repetition is pretty much all I think about. Jake giggles through the profuse blush that's even visible through her tan. Our children would have to hook up as well before it got risky. And what are the odds? Fair enough, but how about society in general? I don't know. I suppose at the moment it's the least of my worries. Yeah, well, it's all fun and games until we're made into a Webflix movie. Oh god, I can see it now, starring Zendaya and Leah Thomas as Jay and Alex Campbell. Sounds like Webflix. All joking aside, we can't just pretend Mallory's news doesn't affect us. No, you're right, we can't. You both sit in silence for a moment, lost in thought. You know, when you were away, I met another brother and sister like us. Banned for life from the Outrigger Resort and Spa? Cute. But yeah, they were intimate. They were our age too, but they were also full siblings. Wait, that's how they introduced themselves? They wore matching shirts. He said, "I come in peace." Her said, "Hi, I'm Peace." Holy fuck, really? No, dipshit. I caught them in the act. Oh, really? This sounds like the kind of story I can get behind. Go figure, Mr. My journal should be on Literotica. I was going to say now that I finally understand them, I wish I'd handled it better. What would you have done differently? I used our relationship to rationalize what I wanted for us as normal in comparison. Said nobody at the beginning of a healthy relationship ever. I know, right? But now, I'm ready to let our own thing stand on its own, without rationalizations. To your surprise, Jay picks up her phone and begins dialing. Wait, you're calling them? Like right now? Jay places the phone between you two and turns on the speaker as you hear it ringing. Who's this? Jay? Oh my god, hello. Hey Eve, I'm here with my Jack. You're on speaker. Oh, I see. Hello, Jay's Jack. Hi, Jack's... Jay, I guess? The voice from Jay's phone adopts a slightly mocking tone and a subtle yet sexy French accent. So Jay, if I recall, you had ruined everything and this one would never speak to you again. You snicker as Eve playfully pokes at your sister. So it sounds like Jay really did place the blame for our rift on herself. I don't remember saying any of that. Now, can we be serious for a moment? I need to ask you something. Jay, our answers apply only to us. They won't be able to help you. I know what you think I'm going to ask. And I've already figured that out myself. What I want to know is, after everything you've gone through to be together, was it worth it? 1 eternity later? Oh geez, it must have been a long conversation. I'll never understand how two women who barely know each other can talk for hours. It's a trade secret. Did you at least find out what you need to? She was right. Everything really comes down to one question. So it's nice to know there's been at least one happy ending out there for people like us. She seems nice. Was that a French accent? God, she sounded like if Sophie had a dot. Do you want to explain body bruises to George tomorrow? Because I don't know if bruises are graded in degrees, but third. She says as if she inflicts any other kind. So, if I really am your half-sister, what do you think that means for us? Shit. And there it is. That's a big one. That's a big question. Probably one of the biggest ones that I've had in this game so far. I can't think about what I would do in this situation either. I'll tell you what I would do. I probably couldn't deal. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not saying that's what we're going to pick for Alex here, but I probably couldn't deal. I think I would be way too concerned about society. I think most people, that would be probably the biggest issue. But I think he probably wants to say who cares, so we're going to go with that. Honestly, nothing beyond the worry that will be misunderstood or targeted. So he is thinking about that. That's good that he at least said it and didn't try to act like it was completely fine. Jay watches your face with a subtle intensity. You know, when you left this morning, my first fear was that you'd bail. Funny, Mallory asked a similar question, and I felt the same way. Nah, you're my ride or die too, sis. In spite of herself, Jay giggles. Pretty sure we're not the kind of family Dom meant. So what now? Jay collects herself and gives you a smoldering look. Another date, of course. I got us a room Friday. That gives us plenty of time to heal up for our rematch. I think it's time to show you what all in with me really means. Somewhere in the Caribbean. Eve enters the living room with the familiar sounds of Call of Duty. She pauses to gaze lovingly at her brother before taking a seat next to him. They are French, so just, you know, if you can imagine a French accent, or maybe say the accents in your own way. I can't do that. Who are you just talking to? Jay. Jay? Who's that? Oh, come on. Remember the redhead with the impermeable legs from that sushi restaurant a few years ago? Oh yeah, sure. Now I remember. I still dream of her cleavage from time to time. You know, like PTSD. So, did she ask about me? You're such an ass. She doesn't even remember you, perv. Too bad. You know, her brother is a shooting nerd too. A man of culture for sure. Maybe we should trade deets and crush some noobs. What's his nick? I think she said it's Ghost Harem something. Jack ends the game abruptly, his gaze growing more agitated by the moment. Wait, Ghost Harambe? Yeah, that sounds like it. Holy mother of... Later that evening. Okay, why is he upset about Ghost Harambe? See what's on Chef Spider Monkey's menu tonight. Is that what he's calling her now? Arriving at the kitchen, you're surprised to find it deserted. No worries. It always felt weird having someone cook for me anyway. Earl of Sandwich, you were centuries ahead of your time. You opened the fridge to find it generously stocked with lunch meat and veggies. Just need a loaf of bread, and then I can get downright stupid with this. The bread, a kitchen knife, and a cutting board are all located in short order. Gripping the knife, you prepare to do battle with an unlucky tomato. This thing just doesn't want to slice. What do you think you're doing? Tanaka's sharp voice catches you off guard and the knife slips dangerously. Screaming Jesus in a clown car. Not cool. She must have said it like really startling. Just, he was not prepared for it. She smirks wickedly, clearly pleased at causing you to nearly auto-defecate. I have one job here, and the first time I'm a little late, I find you doing it for me. I was just hungry. I'm more than capable of making a badass sandwich. Not from where I'm standing. You can't turn food into art with banana hands. I'm a simple man. Sometimes all a guy wants is a sandwich. Pro tip. That could explain why you're still single. Sick burn. What's going on with that tomato anyway? It looks like it's been dating Chris Brown. Oh man, she is good. Are they about to fight? Are they about to throw down? Oh, did his his face just turned into something. Uncle Alex? Vegetable tastes like sad anyway. Don't eat vegetable. Vegetables slice like sad because that knife isn't honed. Points for getting the reference though. You realize I'm making a sandwich instead of crispy pork because it's minimal effort, right? It's zero effort with a sharp knife. You were going into that tomato dry. Then again, you might lack the fine motor control necessary to safely handle cutlery at all. Please, I have skills that would knock your socks off. Oh? By all means, demonstrate. I need a few drinks in me first. How about you show me what you got? There aren't enough drinks in the world for that. You've got a better chance of climbing K2 than getting a peek inside my bag of tricks. Now give me. But I did climb K2. The chef deftly relieves you of the kitchen knife and obtains a honing rod from the drawer. For this blade, you'll hone at a consistent 20-degree angle. You peer curiously over her shoulder as she demonstrates. Huh. I guess it makes sense she smells different outside of the gym. Not quite floral. Ginger, maybe? In that moment, you become conscious of her as a woman for the first time. I better curb that thought. I came downstairs for a sandwich, not a dick punch. Note the uniformity of the motion I use, and watch how the blade's angle remains constant. There's a subtle purr of pride in her voice as she showcases one facet of her life's passion. Huh, I just realized something about you. You almost certainly didn't. You enjoy teaching. First you offered to train with me in the gym, and now this. She pauses, but doesn't turn to look at you. Yes. So, all knives at 20 degrees? No, Asian knives have a more acute edge. They're generally honed at 15 degrees. Consistency is key. Maintain the angle, and feel the rhythm of each stroke. Technique over speed. Perfection cannot be rushed. As if noticing how close you're standing for the first time, she adjusts modestly. So, how many passes? Rule of thumb is 5 strokes per side, then test the edge. This knife has been neglected. It will require more attention. So, a bag of tricks, huh? You can't just drop something like that and not deliver. I'm a grown-ass woman. I do as I want. How about a quid pro quo? Not now. Not ever. Satisfied at last that the knife meets her standards, she hands it back to you. Now, show that tomato who's boss. While you expected improvement, you were shocked by how effortlessly the knife slices off the stem end. Okay, that's amazing. What's amazing is that you didn't just cut your finger off like that, knucklehead. Here. Reversing the positioning from earlier, she stands behind you and covers your hand with her own. Tomatoes can be very tricky for newbies. They're pretty easy to smush. It's fair to say I have a checkered past with produce. While I do love teaching, here's hoping you're not beyond saving. The chef lifts your hand over the tomato and angles a point toward the cutting board. Now, drag the tip lightly across the cutting board and through. Her hand is firm, yet her skin surprisingly supple and soft. I figured a chef's hands would be covered in scars and calluses. Naka laughs softly, but sincerely. And reek of onions and garlic too, I suppose. That too. Standing this close, I notice you smell... Her hand withdraws in preparation to smack you, giving the tomato brief respite. Really nice. I can't put my finger on the scent though. Ginger and cherry blossom, maybe? She relaxes and resumes guiding you through your tomato butchery. Nope. But your scent is marathon sex, lightly masked with body wash. Is it hatchet I smell? No. Eat a dick. Our sense of taste has an almost incestuous relationship with our sense of smell, but must be tuned to perfection to become a titanium chef. My nose doesn't make mistakes. Well, your nose is only half right this time. And it's not Hatchet. I guess it's official. I smell like feet and douche juice. Relax. I doubt anyone else will pick up on it. And that's not how you always smell. As you finish slicing, you turn to face Tanaka while she evaluates your handiwork. Not half bad, you know. I could use some help around here, and you're clearly trainable. You've been performing adequately in the gym, so perhaps you can be useful here as well. Sure. Yeah, I can help when I can. I'm sure I can do that. Look, no promises, but I'd be stupid if I pass up a chance to learn from a real chef. Fair warning, though. My friend David almost left me in Tibet because of my cooking. But I kind of feel like I'd be honoring his memory if I improved a bit. All right. Let's see what you've got. Same time tomorrow, then. Sure. I'll text if something comes up. You pull out your phone and Tanaka bumps it with hers. If you share my number with anyone, I'll show you what I'm really capable of with a knife. I'm scaroused. Now get out of here and let me finish dinner. But my ham and cheese sandwich. Look at me. I'm the captain now. But stop whining. I'm making croy monsieur. I think I said that right. Probably not. That sounds hideous. Well, it's ham and cheese, so... After maintaining her stoic expression for a few seconds, Tanaka's composure cracks. Alright, there she is, the first time ever. She's left. Ah, clone confirmed. The real Tanaka would never break character. Am I on camera? Where's the real Iron Bitch chef hiding? Still giggling, the normally steely chef ejects you from the kitchen. That's good to see. That is good to see.